Hey everybody, Sunday, May 10th, 2015, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. Well, I've been working on the van quite a bit lately, this past day or two. So I thought I'd do a video to get you caught up and show you what I've been up to. I built some, basically they're just support sticks to hold the bed up. Either the front or the back. This is the back right now. And I mounted these little 2x2 blocks in there so that that'll have something to press up against. And then it rests on the top of the bed there. One on each side. That way, if I want to prop this up, I can lay in bed inside and it's like a big couch. And it's plenty sturdy to lean up against. I got most of my wires all tidied up, put in a couple more circuits, so now my fuse box is full. I've got that completely wired up and ran a couple wires out the side through that support beam and then out the side over there. One of them comes back to right here. And that same circuit goes up to the front of the bed, and I'm going to put a 2-socket 12-volt accessory plug right there. So if I have things to plug in, I can plug them in back here, charging cell phones or whatever I got to charge. I moved my inverter from inside the box. It used to be mounted on the side of the battery box, but I wired it to the outside of the bed frame anyway, and that way I can reach over the side of the bed and turn that on and turn that off from within inside the camping space inside the van. So let's see, you got that done. I got a couple of loose wires in there. I'm going to run another circuit or so for some additional LED lighting. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that yet, but that's what that red wire is right up in there. It's kind of tucked up above the wheel well. And got the mattress in here. Let me go around to the front and we'll look inside. I'll show you what it looks like with the bed propped up. I just have a old king-size sheet on this queen mattress right now. Put that on there to keep the dog hair off my actual bed mattress, but I've got a regular set of queen sheets there, but you can see how that lip hugs the mattress. So it fits down in there, and then that way when I prop that back side up, the mattress doesn't try to push forward. And the same thing works if I tip up the front and open the doors and look out the back. So I got that done. I got my trimetric monitor mounted on the wall. And I mounted this double socket there, 12-volt socket for different accessories. I bought a 12-volt Dometic refrigerator. I think it's like a 1.7 cubic foot or something like that. And that runs directly off the batteries, charged with the solar, and it works really nice. So far so good. You can actually freeze that down to 0 degrees, or get that down to 0 degrees and freeze ice cream in there if you want to. And I've got that tucked in right behind the driver's seat at the moment. So here's a look down into it. Place on this side, it's a little bit warmer when it's turned on than this side. Put all your food and drinks and so forth down in there, and on this side you can put cheeses and vegetables or whatever. Maybe I'll do a review on this later and show you how that works, but I'd have to plug in right after I bought it. Cooled it down to 34 degrees, 33 degrees, and left it plugged in and turned on for 2 days. Each morning when I got up, I came out and checked to see how much power I had used. and my battery bank was down to 97%. So just 3% of my battery bank to keep that thing going all night long. Now, it wasn't extremely hot out. It was in the 50s, I would say. But anyway, it did really well. So I'm looking forward to getting some use out of that. And then right here in between the seats, I built this box. Same construction that I used on everything else. It's about 13 inches tall, something like that. 18 inches wide, just fits between the seats. And it goes up against the console there. And the whole point for this box, our dog really likes to ride up front and look out the windows, so he's always trying to crawl up on my wife's lap while we're driving. And he weighs probably 50 pounds. He's a medium-sized dog. And that's kind of a pain. So I built this box to raise him up. We put his bed up on top of that. He just lays right there or stands right there, and he can look out the window and do all that stuff that he wants to do while we're driving. And it's pretty safe, but it keeps him out of trouble. He could be back here on the bed, but generally he doesn't. He'll go back there, but he likes to be up where we're at and see what's going on out front. And that's just storage. Put whatever we want to in there. I just left the back open so it's easy to access. A little more simple. There's not a hinges and a door and all that to mess with. But I figured if I'm going to move him up, I can use that space for storage underneath it. And then what I'm working on right now actually is I'm getting some curtains made for these side windows. I'm also going to have the curtains made for the front and the back that'll string across the top here. And what I'm doing right now, see if I can zoom in and show you these hooks. It's kind of blurry, but I just screwed a hook to the wall there. There's a better picture maybe of it. And I'm going to run some 550 paracord and tie it off to that hook and string that line right across the top of this window all the way to the back. I'll probably end up putting a center brace in here to keep it from sagging, and that's what I'm going to hang my curtains on. We'll see how that works out. I bought some blackout curtains from Walmart, pretty cheap, but they're decent. Kind of a dark gray color that matched the van, and took them to a lady, and she's hemming them up to the length that I wanted, and we'll do the same on both sides. And here on the side doors, it's just going to come just basically to the below the window all the way across to the front. It'll cover it, and then this curtain will come across the back like this. So when I get those put in, she just called me yesterday and said that she'd finished up the side curtains, so I'll pick those up sometime this week. What else? So that double 12-volt outlet, I wired it, and I'm going to put, there's the wire for it. I haven't actually installed it because I need to go buy one. But I'm going to install another one right here on that corner. That way I'll have plenty of hookups for USB plug-ins or wires, for phone chargers and 12-volt accessories. The refrigerator plugs into that one over there on this side. That's the refrigerator cord right there. This refrigerator is either 12, 24, or 110 volt. So it's pretty versatile. But the nice thing about wiring it direct off a 12 volt is I don't have to run an inverter or anything to run the refrigerator. And it uses minimal power. I think when I first turned that thing on and tested it, it was 80 degrees in the cooler. I turned it on as high as it would go. It's got like a fast freeze setting on it. It took it about an hour and a half to get down to freezing, and it was pulling, initially it was pulling about 7 amps, and then it dropped down to about 3.5 to 4 amps. I think when it comes on and it's just keeping itself cooled down, it'll run for 15, maybe 20 minutes max, and it pulls about 4 amps. So it's pretty nice. Alright guys, well, I just wanted to show you what I've been up to and show you how the van's come along. And tell you where I'm at and what I'm working on. Actually, let me show you this too. I capped off the ends of that piece that I put across the top to cover up all the wires and everything where I mounted my LED lights. And I built the caps for the front and for the back and finished that off. And it came out pretty darn nice. I'm happy with it. But that way it gives it a complete finished look. And then when I have those curtains across there, I think it's going to look pretty nice. Hope you guys all have a good weekend and a happy Mother's Day. I'll keep you guys posted once I get these curtains put in here. Hopefully sometime this week I'll get some of them strung up and take a few pictures and video and let you see how that works. Hope you're all doing well and have a good work week, and we'll talk to you guys later.